Hello everybody, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to show you how to draft a trouser with pocket here. And you will need the main ingredients, the ones that I've already put here, the ruler, the curve, the pencil, everything that is there. And then when you are set, we are ready to start our trouser. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, so we need to put a space at the bottom, but I did some mistake. That's why you see that I double lined my space, but you don't need to do that. So we need to put a line from the waist. We just need that line for the waist, and then from waist to hips you need to measure the length, which is 8 it's for other people it's 8, but I prefer putting 8.5 for me. But you can put 8, or maybe you can measure yours. If you know how to measure, you can measure. And then from there you have to put a straight line also for hips, because we will need those lines later. So after there we'll need to measure our crotch. I will show you how to measure them. I'm going to there I will put something on my screen so that you can see how to measure. Okay. And then from there, from hips, we are going to measure the crotch. I already show you how to do it. You can see it there at my screen how you measure it while sitting. Yeah. After that, we are going to measure our thigh line. Our thigh line, actually you don't need to measure. It's always 3 inch down. It's always 3 inch. A lot of people put it 3 inch, so I'm going to put 3 inch because I'm one of those. A lot of people. You can do the same also. At this point, we are going to measure our knee. As you can see at the picture on my screen, I've already shown you what to for next. So now it's knee, and you're going to do just like the same like we did the other thing. We have to measure in between so that we can make a straight line. We need everything to be straight because it's a trouser. And then from there we are going to measure our ankle. You can see how you're supposed to measure yours from the thing I've put on my screen. So just follow that one, and after that we are done. We are good to go. We are done with this step. This is the difficult one. Okay, not that difficult, but it's difficult. I want to show you have already done it. So let's go to our next. Our next chapter is to measure our hips. Our hips is the main big thing when we are doing the down part of the body. So we have to measure the hips, and then we have to divide it by 4. When we divide it by 4, we have to mark it. And then when we have to mark the same measurement of our hips at the waist and at our clutch area, so that we can make a straight line. Just like that way I did. Do that to yours now, and then from there I'm going to show you what we are going to do. Okay, don't forget hips, waist, and crotch. Now we have to divide our hips. Our hips times divide by 4. So take the measurement of your hips and divide it by 4, because we need to mark our hips. And then when we're marking our hips, we have to start from this area. This line in between. You have to start from there to there. And then when doing the hips, you have to add 1.5. 1.5 is for that centimeter. And then you have to add another 0.5 for seam allowance. So that's why you can see I'm marking little points there. You have to do the same. And after you're done that, we're done. So you can take your calculator and put some hips there. I will show you. We will remove the dots later. Okay, the one we added for that. Okay,
Now that's the little hips there. From here we are going to measure the crotch measurement so that we can get where to put our crotch. So we will divide crotch by 4, and then we will mark there. Okay, so just do like that. From this point here, I'm going to mark 2 inch. I'm going to mark 2 inch so that when I'm making my curve, I won't be in or out of the curve. I need to be in between there, so that's why I'm putting that. So you can do the same if you don't trust yourself at making 2 inch without measuring. So you can measure and put your curve like that. Okay, so we need to measure our clutch line to where our clutch started. There where I can show you, just there. We need to find the half of it, so measure there please, so that I can show you what to do with it. We need to find the half of our hips, everything. So when we get there, we have to mark our clutch line. We have to mark the mark of it there. That is the half of it. So we have to also to mark the hips and the waist and the T line, thigh line, yeah, ankle line and knee, so that we can find the middle of everything, yeah. So you will have to do just like the way I'm doing. It's not that difficult, just do like that so that we can make a straight line, yeah. So just mark like I'm doing. Find your half of the crotch line and then start marking just like the way I'm doing so that we can make a very straight line, yeah. So that's our next step. So do that and then I will show you what we are going to do after that. So now we need to measure our thigh, knee and ankle, like the circle of it, like just like the photo is showing us, like the whole of it, and then we are going to divide it by 2. And then when we divide it by 2, we are going to mark here we are going to make sure the this line in between is the middle of what we are measuring, yeah. So you're going to do that. We are going to measure thigh, knee and ankle, yeah. So we are going to do the whole thing at the same time. We measure the knee line, we mark. We measure the what's wrong with me, ankle, and then we do it like that, but we divide it by 2. So if your knee is like 10, you divide it by 5, and then 5 you put 2.5 in between, so every side will be 2.5, 2.5. We need both sides to be equal, yeah. So you're going to do just like the way I'm telling you, or just like the way I'm doing on the picture, whatever you understand much more better, okay. But the middle, this line in between need to be the middle of everything, because we need both sides to be equal. Remember that both sides need to be equal. You have to do that at the knee, thigh and ankle, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me with this ankle thing, so you have to do that, yeah. And then from there we need to make all these points to join, yeah. For there is a place where we might need a curve, you're going to put a curve there, but for the place where we don't need a curve, we just need to join with a ruler, yeah. So just do like the way I'm doing and make them look a little bit like your leg. Just follow the dots, yeah, the middle point, so that you will see by the time you are done joining these dots, you will start seeing the trouser, yeah. So just do like the way I'm doing mine and you will get to see your trouser coming through. I'm so happy. I know I'm not supposed to count my cheek before they have hatched, but this trouser will look very beautiful. I'm 100% I'm sorry about that. I'm getting very excited. Anyway, I hope yours is getting through like mine, okay? So tell me, is this not a normal trouser? Yeah, this is very normal. I think we have already made it, yeah. Anyway, now we need to add 2 inch of a seam allowance down there. So just add some seam allowance there so that we can go to our next step, yeah. Yep. Remember when I told you we have to leave some data allowance at the waist? Now we need to take it. First we have to measure 4 inch there, the depth of it, yeah. And then after that, we will go to the waist and remove our 1.5 centimeter from our dart. But we have to make it equal. The 1.5 have to be divided by 2 so that it can be straight and it can look equal, yeah. So you have to do the same and mark it just like the way I'm doing. So that is our dart. Remember I told you I'm going to remove it? Now we did that. And now we need to trace the body of this to another paper so that we can bake our bag using the other paper. So you can trace it just the way I'm tracing it, but don't forget to put the lines, like the thigh lines, everything, because we are going to need them. Even the waistline, everything, we need to put them so that it can be easy making the back pattern without needing to make another one. So just do like me, yeah. Draft everything and put it aside, and we will deal with it when we are done with our front, yeah. It's easy like that. Don't forget to put the knee line. Every line will be needed, okay. I mean the in between lines. Anyway, let's put aside. Let's go back to our trouser. Now back to frontal. I'm supposed to give my frontal like 1 inch for the seam line, but I don't want to put a 1 inch. I want to put 0.5. You can put 1 inch or 0.5. I want my trouser tight, so I put 0.5, and yeah, I went around it, and that's how I made my seam line. You can do the same like me. As you can see, that's a proper seam line for 0.5 inch. Sorry, I meant a seam allowance. Anyway, now we are going to the zip. For a zip, we are going to use the inner line, the green line. I will show you that one. And then I'm going to measure from there to outer side 2 inch. So you're going to do that to the crotch line and until to the crotch line. So you're going to put a straight line from waist to crotch line, and that's how you make a zip line. Easy peasy. So that's how you're going to make the zip. And then from the zip, we are going to make our pocket, okay? The pocket, we are going to start from the beginning of their up. I will show you later because I happened to take the video but I didn't show you. And we are going to measure 2 inch inward, yeah, 2 inch from the grain line, and then the depth of it will be 6 inch, yeah. And then we are going to mark with our hand first to make it look a little bit more like a pocket, and then we are going to use our ruler to make it much more cleaner, yeah. I'm sorry I took a video without looking there, but sorry about that. But you're going to need to use the circle there, and then the inward we are going to have the seam line of 0.5, mean half an inch, yeah. And then we are going to do we are going to measure half an inch, and then we are going to make it very clean thing, yeah. So it will look like this, just look like the way mine does look like, yeah. So that's our pocket. You can see there is that shape of you're wearing a trouser and you can put your hands inside the pocket, so that is the pocket. Now we are going to cut out what we don't need so that we can be left with a little bit of size. I don't know size what trouser. Anyway, cut out the things that you don't need and be left with this one, the trouser. Just do like the way I'm doing mine, okay? And that is our proper trouser. I can see myself wearing it, yeah. Even if it's a paper trouser, I think it's going to look good actually. Yeah, now we are done. We need to draft our pocket, yeah. You're going to do like I'm doing from this corner to the that corner, yeah, there, that. And then you're going down to go to the crotch line. You're going to do just like the way I'm doing, yeah. And then after you are done, you will have your draft, which will look like mine, just like the way mine does. And then you're going to see how you want your pocket to be deep. Mine, I just want to be 5 finger deep, yeah. So if you want yours to be 5 finger deep, measure with your 5 finger, and then you will get something like what I've get. And then you're going to shape it with the curve ruler, yeah. And then you're going to cut it out just like the way I did mine, okay? So can you please just do like mine so that we can go to the next step? I'm so excited. After we're done with our pocket, now we need to cut out the pocket. We have already made the curve in the pocket, remember? So we need to cut out this pocket because we don't need that anymore, yeah. And then after we cut that out, we need another paper so that we can draft the pocket without the pocket, actually, just like that. And then I'm going to draft mine from that to the crotch. Just do like the way I'll be doing. And then after I did that from the dart to the crotch, I will have something like this. The one I'm drawing, I'll show you. I will have something like this. So you need to do the same thing just like mine, or the way yours shaped. So you will have something like this one. The next step is we are going to take this shape of the pocket and the other one, the one we made earlier, yeah, this one there. We are going to take both of them, and then we are going to cut them evenly. They need to be on the same level and the same size, yeah. So we are going to cut them from there so that they can be evenly good, yeah. And then after that, we are going to put them at the trouser end. Now I can tell you we are already done with front, yeah. That's how you made front and the pocket, yeah. And this will be the pocket bag, yeah. Like this is the pocket facing and the other one is the pocket. So now we are done, and I'm very excited if you don't know. So we are going to you can the pocket on this one and the other one the pocket facing, and then put them together. Now we are done, we are done with the frontal. So from here we are going to take the back one. We are going to make the back, okay? Now we are done with the frontal. Do you remember when we were doing the back, I told you we need to put the waist? This is why we need to measure the waist, the quarter of the waist, from this point to this point. The reason I'm telling you we need to have those points, it's because we need to find the half of it, and then we need to mark there. We just need to mark there. Don't forget about that point. We need to mark that point. Yeah. after we have marked the waist, we need to go to the crotch area, and then we have to measure 2 centimeter from that crotch area. From that marking going back, you need to mark 2 centimeter, and then you just need to mark like that. And then after you have marked like that, we need again to mark on the same place. We need to mark the same point after we have underlined there. Yeah, we need to mark from that point again going downwards. Yeah, we need to mark for half an inch, so we are going to put 0.5 inch going back. So you will mark again there, just like the way I'm doing, half an inch. Remember, half an inch from that point, just mark, and don't forget about it, just mark it. But remember, we already marked there. Okay, so we are going to measure this part there out of the crotch so that we can get the measurement, and then we can go up to the waist, the place where I told you to remember about, and mark there. Yeah, you remember the place I told you to remember? We are going to mark the measurement of that to there. Okay, and then from this place here, we are going to measure 2 centimeter out, so that when we make our curve, we don't go in or out, just like the way we did at the frontal. Yeah, and at this point, we are going to remember all these points I told you about this point here, and this one here, and the other one here. So we get it. Yeah, so we are going to put the curve from that place. Okay, and you're going to do just like the way I will be doing here. Just follow the way I'm going to do, and it will be easier from there. Okay, just look the way I'm doing and everything will be okay. Just take a look and see. So you're going to do to your place like that. Don't forget your points. You use the same point we use. Okay, and then after we curved there, we are going to take the straight ruler to make this measurement like that. You see, easy. Now we have our back black crotch back clutch line. Yeah, just like we did the frontal. Yeah, it's easy. You just do like the way I'm doing, and you have your own result. Yeah, maybe at first time it would be easy, but you'll get used to it. Yeah, I'm using the marker so that you can see the things clearly, because with pencil you can't see anything. So you're going to do like that, and then we are going to measure the waist from the frontal. Yeah, we are going to measure that so that we can make our new waist. Yeah, the same measurement we get from there, we are going to mark from the new waist. We are not going to add anything, we're just going to measure it there. And then you're going to do just like the way I'm going to do. You're going to put a straight line from this corner here to there. I did not want my trouser to be very big, so after here I added like to the thigh line 0.5, like every place I added 0.5. Yeah, so you're going to do the same. Just put the marker 0.5 at the thigh, knee, ankle. Yeah, and also everywhere just put there. And from thigh, knee, crotch, not crotch, from thigh, knee and ankle, just put 0.5 inch, and then start making them just like the way I'm doing. Yeah, join everything together. Okay, so that will be our new trouser, but I did not want to add more than 0.5 inch because I did not want the trouser to be very big. I want my trouser to be fitting. I've said that a lot of times. Yeah, so if you want your trouser to be loose, you can put like 1 inch or 2 inch, but for me I just wanted it to be fitting. Yeah, very fitting. I don't want it to be loose. Yeah, so I put 0.5. so you can do the same like me if you want yours to be fitting. Yeah, so put 0.5 or more depending on how tight you want your trouser to be. Okay, now we need to put darts. Yeah, so we are going to measure the front measurement, this one, the green one. Yeah, so we are going to measure that so that we can give the other one the dart point. Yeah, because now we don't need that, we don't need the green waist anymore, so we need to use the black one. Yeah, so we are going to measure there so we can get the center point of it. Yeah, and then we are going to mark again so that we can be, when we are making a straight line, it can be very straight. Yeah, so we are going to mark another point so we can have our dots. Yeah, so you're going to do just like the way I'm doing, and then you're going to put a straight line. And if you remember, we had the 1.5 inch centimeter. We have already made 1.5 centimeter on our frontal line. Yeah, so we are going to do the same here. We need to have the dart, so we are going to divide 1.5 centimeter into 2, and then we are going to measure 5 inch here. The frontal is 4 inch, but the back we are going to make the dart of 5 inch. Yeah, so you're going to mark like the way I'm going to mark, and then you're going to join them there together at the 5 inch 5 inch point. Yeah, so you're going to do like that, and then we are going to add another 0.5 inch for the for the seam allowance. So you're going to add the whole trouser 0.5 inch for the seam allowance, and that's how we make the back pattern. So this is the back pattern, and now we are done with the back pattern. So we need to cut it out so that we can have a fitting thing and be easy to cut our material. Yeah, so this is the back pattern for a trouser. And now for the waist, it depends with you, but for me I prefer when it's like for example, my waist is like 28. Yeah, so I'm going to go 28 plus 2 because I want it to overlap it, plus 1 is for the allowance, seam allowance. Yeah, because I want to fold it every side. Yeah, and then I'm going to mark it. Just look the way I'm doing mine. Yeah, so I'm going to mark it after I already had underline everything and I already measure it. I'm going to give it like allowance of 0.5 inch on every corner. Yeah, on every side. Yeah, and then from there I'm going to divide from the beginning of it to this back center. So I'm going to like measure it until to the back center, and then from the back center to the other side I'm going to measure it again 14 inch. Yeah, so it's 14 inch and 14 inch, and on my back I want it to be known like it's my back. So it's the my waist is for tucking in, but you can either hide it, it's up to you, but this is how I love my waist. Yeah, so I'm going to do like that, just like the way I'm doing here, and then mark, and there will be that middle line at the back, and that's how I do my waist. Yeah, so I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to subscribe, comment, so that I can be encouraged and continue making video like this one, because oh, they are like eating human being. Yeah, okay, anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Don't forget to share. Thank you again.